Hello everyone and welcome back to the anXious sk8er. It is a windy day today, so apologies if the audio isn't great. I'm super grateful you're here and I hope you get some entertainment and some insights from this episode. Oh, sirens. Old habits, old habits. Let's hit the park. I'll meet you back here to talk about resistance, what it is and why do we do it. This episode is about resistance. What is resistance and why do we do it? So, to me, resistance is the inner no to something I'm experiencing or feeling that reality is kind of giving me now. It's me using my own willpower to either push away, change, or control what is in front of me or what I'm feeling. Types of resistance could be tension, avoidance, overthinking and distraction, addictions, numbing. A lot of them can be quite subtle and operate in the unconscious, and that's usually where it starts. And then when you develop a disorder, it becomes more obvious that you are avoiding things, that you are distracting yourself, that you are not able to feel certain feelings. But for a lot of us, it looks like our likes and dislikes. I like this thing, so I'm going to pursue it more. I'm going to try to get it every single time and make it feel the same way each and every time because it feels so good. And the things that I don't like, I'm going to make sure that I avoid those things, control those things, change those things so it feels okay when it comes into me and when I experience it. Michael Singer teaches a lot on this, so if you want to delve deeper into this topic, definitely give him a listen on YouTube or Spotify, podcast, wherever. So, why do we do it? That's a great question. Why do we do it? Well, to put it simply, it works. Kinda. So, at a lot of points in our life, especially when we were younger, distracting, avoidance, control, thinking a certain way helped us feel better. It helped what was happening in front of us that we didn't like feel better coming in, or distracted us enough that it didn't feel as bad coming in. And in a lot of cases, we attribute this resistance to staying safe. So it gets ingrained in our nervous system. I need to resist this thing to keep me safe. I need to change this thing to keep me safe. I need to control this thing to keep me safe. Or I need to distract. Whatever it is, we do that to get a felt sense of safety a lot of the time. So resistances do work to a certain point. But what they also do is they steal the present moment from you. And so this is leading into what's the problem with resistances. So if it keeps us safe, if it makes us feel better, then why can't we just keep doing resistances? Well, they will control your life and they'll shrink your life. And you're not only limiting your experiences, you're also potentially limiting the experiences of a lot of people around you, of the people who are close to you. So not only is it hurting you, it's also hurting the people around you. And of course, I've got to say right now, there's no blame. There's no shame in this. There's always a reason why we get to this place. And up until that point, until you become aware of these things, it's not your fault. It also steals the present moment from you. And what I mean by that, is that if you are always trying to change what is in front of you, then you can never take in what the actual moment is delivering to you, the real feelings, the emotions the moment is delivering to you. So if you have to change it and you have to resist it and run away from it, you don't get to participate in that moment consciously. And at the same time, for the good things, if you're comparing the moment to what you used to love, what made you feel great, you're comparing, you're losing joy, you're missing moments. To give an analogy for how these kind of resistances form, it's like a tide. Life is like a tide. It's the experiences coming in the tide and the experiences going out. So naturally, the experiences should come in and meet you. There should be energy, there should be feelings that come with those experiences, and then they go out and they fade away, and you can have new experiences in the present moment. But the issue is, if an experience comes in that you don't like, you tend to quickly build a wall around it. And you say, I don't like this experience, I don't want to experience it again. But by building that wall, you keep the experience in your body, in your mind, and you're always scanning now and looking for things that match that experience so that you never have to experience that again. And so by making that wall, you're keeping a part of it always with you forever. And that's the issue, where we have this chronic background alarm of negative experiences that would have just come in and been a negative experience and gone out if we were able to process it properly. So again, no fault. If we had loving relationships and connection that we could process properly when bad things happened, we would have been able to let them in and let them out naturally. But when we have to, for our own safety or for our assumed safety back when we were younger, if we had to build these walls, then we have kept these experiences with us even until we're adults. So one thing that Brene Brown shares, and I'm going to paraphrase, it's something along the lines of, you can't change what you're not aware of and what you don't fully accept. And so to change this, to let go of our resistances, we have to be aware of them first. We have to see them, and it takes time seeing them over and over again and again. And in that awareness, we start to build the space to make a choice, to fully let it in and to fully let it out. And because we have probably a lot of negative experiences stored within us because we've been doing this walled off thing, when something comes in, it's probably going to feel a lot worse than it actually should feel, because it has a history of negative emotions behind it. And so when you do feel these things the first time, they might be absolutely terrifying or absolutely heart-wrenching. The grief you might feel, the disgust you might feel, it might be overwhelming. And so it is important to do this in safety, with safe people, and to learn to feel again little by little, especially if you're someone who's grown up having a lot of adverse experiences. So I've already touched on the alternative to resistance, which is surrender, or what I like to call allowance. Allowing life to be what it is, allowing the present moment to be what it is, allowing ourselves and people to express themselves, to make mistakes, to be who they are uniquely, which is gonna be different to us, which is going to hit some of our stuff, the things we don't like, the things we do like, but allowing them to be who they are, and to learn to start feeling the things that we've stored within so that we can let it out like the tide again. Just little by little, feel those experiences. And then, as Michael Singer says, don't put more stuff in there. Don't resist the reality that is in front of you now and try to change things, because you're only going to store more stuff in there. And it's definitely not about not doing anything. Acceptance and allowance isn't about just letting everything happen to you. No, definitely not. What it is that if something has happened, which unfortunate things happen and good things happen, you can't change that. And that's where we tend to think we can change it. Part of it already happening is us honoring the good and the bad that has happened by lovingly seeing it and allowing it to come in and go out, just like the tide. I hope some of that made sense. I hope it wasn't all rambling, but this is something that I've been learning, that I've been journeying through, and I hope it was helpful to listen. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel, subscribe, leave a comment, and make the most of the present moment. Peace. Oh, I didn't want